It's Monday, November 7th, and this is Drive Check, a Cardfight Vanguard podcast. Is that what you guys do when I'm not around? Is just stare at each other and not talk?
We just had a very interesting conversation about microwaves, actually. Thank you very much.
About microbes?
Microwaves.
Oh. What's interesting about microwaves?
They're like, it's like Aquaforce, and where like they have a certain number of attacks that they have to complete. Like, so it's like microwave, like 3,000 or whatever, like your microwave is called. That's the number of attacks you have to complete. That's the number of things you have to cook in your microwave before you can restand it.
That's not even funny. I've been watching a lot of country music today. Country music videos. I'm watching a lot of CMT.
You know what else isn't funny?
Country music videos?
When you make fun of me.
Well, you were making fun of me before, so there you go.
You right.
So one thing I learned from country music videos is you straight people really have it easy.
Oh.
You've got the easy life. I'm quite jealous.
How so?
I mean, you always kissing on girls and meeting ladies and taking them out on dates into the cornfield.
Yeah, definitely. That's the number one spot to go on dates is the cornfield, first off.
That's what I learned from the country music videos.
Second off, I don't think it's so much that we're straight. I think it's more so the fact that we're in relationships is why we always go to the cornfield kissing our girls.
I haven't quite picked up on that, but maybe I just need to watch some more country music videos.
I think that's definitely what'll help.
But we're not here to talk about country music videos. We're here to talk about Vanguard, right?
This isn't the Country Cornfield podcast?
No, it's not the Country Cornfield podcast, although I wish it was. That would be awesome. We could talk about all the different kinds of corn.
I'm in the wrong Skype chat. I'm sorry.
Ooh. I'm pretty sure there's a Neo-Nectar card that's an ear of corn. Heck, they've got a pineapple and a bunch of tomatoes. They must have an ear of corn somewhere in there.
Feel like they do.
Oh boy. Have you guys been playing any Vanguard lately?
Yes.
I know you have, Cole, because you've dedicated your life to all sorts of trading card games except for Force of Will and Magic the Gathering.
Well, okay. Yes. Let's just say I don't feel like explaining, so yes. I know how to play, don't like them.
Well, there you go. So what have you been playing?
Standard 3, got my Vanguard, my Weiss, and my Luck and Logic.
So you just got a new set of Luck and Logic in the mail?
Yep, and I got 4 boxes, and I like this set a lot, because this set to me has some of the best art so far, at least in English. So I'm really excited to actually use them and make a deck instead of sticking with the start decks I have.
How many binders do you have? Binders of cards.
I only have the one. I only really put important stuff in it. Everything else I have these BCW white cardboard boxes that I have them like organized and separated in. So like for all my extra Vanguard, I have them split into clans, and if I'm interested into those clans, I have them split into the archetypes and then the grades for those archetypes and stuff like that.
I should get some of those cardboard boxes. I don't have any of them.
Yeah, they're pretty nice, actually.
Well, they're functional. What about you, Mr. Jack? Have you played any Vanguard lately?
That's the one with the characters from Dragon Ball Z, right?
No.
Oh, then no, I haven't.
Oh, no. Have you been playing Dragon Ball Z?
I have been, because I'm finally
obsessed with becoming the world champion Dragon Ball Z player?
Well, you see, the fact that the people in my play group, like more than half of them have qualified for Worlds in the past. Yes, I kind of am obsessed with it.
Qualified for Worlds in Dragon Ball Z?
Yes.
Where is that held?
This year it is in, well, okay, it's not necessarily Worlds because the only people that play Dragon Ball Z are like the only places that there are Dragon Ball Z tournaments are America and Australia.
Nice.
But still.
Good day, mate, to our Australian listeners. But
wait, no, you have to say it upside down though, because everything in Australia is backwards.
You don't know what orientation I am right now.
Oh shoot!
Gotcha.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Okay.
poor Cole. Poor Cole. We've thrown you to the wolves.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I guess I probably should discuss a little bit of Vanguard, considering this is the Country Corn podcast.
Country Cornfield podcast.
So I've been kind of looking at all the like new Shadow Paladin cards and kind of figuring out what my build is going to look like post the next set. And I've kind of been looking into Narukami a little bit because I kind of want to build them. I just, actually need money before I do that.
But that's the curse of every card fighter out there. The need for money.
Haven't played any games per se, but I have definitely been looking forward to this next set.
So last night you and I were discussing Diablo builds, and I'm about
we were
5
well, more
cards.
So I was discussing and you were learning from me.
That's
your
how a
master.
Discussion can happen sometimes.
Exactly.
And I'm about 5 cards short on or maybe 6 or 7 cards short on a really good Diablo build. Have you looked at Luard and how Luard would fit into a Diablo build, or is it going to be a completely new build?
I kind of feel like Luard is going to be its own thing. Like there'll definitely be builds that I kind of feel that like with the Luard support, there will be builds that play both Diablo and Luard cards. And and you can't forget about Revengers either. They're getting a lot of support in this set too.
Yeah,
so
I don't want to build Revengers.
I know, I don't either. But I'm just saying, like, there's Revengers, there's Luard, and there's Diablo, and those are the main 3 builds. And then I'm sure there'll be a build eventually that, like, once everyone, including me, is like done testing and like looking at every single card in the set and like most of the cards that have come out in the past, I'm sure there will be ways to like mold 2 of the 3 or even all 3 of them together and kind of make a hybrid Frankenstein's monster kind of dealio.
Sure. And actually going through my cards last night, I noticed that there's like also a lot of cards that require blaster in the name. So like you could do like a full blaster deck, which would have like blaster dagger and blaster javelin and blaster the other dude.
Yeah, that sounds like more of a fun build because like they last minute, I think, threw all of those cards into the last set that Shadow Paladin got support in. I think it was Blade and Blossom or something like that. Whichever the last set Shadow Paladins got support in was. Or it was BTO5, GBXEO5, whatever the heck it was. It was kind of like kind of seemed like an afterthought.
Maybe it was BTO6. Yeah, because I have a lot.
It was either 5.
I have the 2 Karma Collection. I have a lot of BTO6 Shadow Paladins for whatever reason, which has helped me out.
That's accurate.
Because I have the who's that dude who's the common
Mortimer Diablo came out in.
Yeah, that's 06. Who's the dude who's the common who we have to have as our grade 3? Dag nabbit.
Wait, what do you mean? That's not.
You retire one of yours to retire one of theirs.
Oh, for whatever reason I can't remember.
Wow.
It is. I have my deck right here. Death Spray Dragon.
Death Spray Dragon. It's strange to me, and it seems like Bushiroad's doing this, and I don't know, maybe we'll just have to look at a few more decks and everything, that they're putting one valuable card as a common. Like one worthwhile usable card.
Death Spray Dragon is such a good card.
And it's a common.
Man. It is. But there's like the thing I really like about Diablos in specific, like compared to other Shadow Paladin builds, is that it's so like combo oriented and it's like very like you do your one big combo and if you get it off properly, you kind of just win the game right there. And Shadow Paladins are just cool as heck, you know?
Well, I don't know yet because I haven't had a chance to play them.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
But that's like also what I was trying to get to with my story is like Lady Gunner of the Neutron Star is also a common, and that's like really key for the Messiah builds. So I'm just wondering if they're putting in like really valuable commons. It doesn't make the deck doesn't make the deck complete, but you can kind of get towards having that good deck with a common, where it used to be that like no commons were ever any good, or very, very rarely were they any good.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's like most of the newer stand triggers are all really good, and they're all commons.
Yeah,
Or
but
most
nobody
of them,
wants
at
to
least.
run stand triggers.
That's not true.
Well, that's
Some
that
only
is
some
not
people
true
want to
anymore.
run stand triggers.
Will, I think you need to check yourself at the door.
We'll just
You
run
need to
16 crits.
You need to leave your cowboy hat and boots at the saloon.
Oh no. I run 12 crits and 4 draws.
Yeah, who needs steel triggers, right?
All right, so we have to go quickly because Jack has to catch his shuttle. We can't meander by the creek all day long.
I mean, we got like an hour and a half.
I'm not so sure about that. I think your timing may be a little wrong.
Yeah, probably. I kind of am running on 3 hours of sleep, so that'll do it.
Have you been playing Dragon Ball Z all night?
No, it's this really fun card game I just found the other day. It's called Writing Essays.
Ooh. What's your trump card? The punctuation mark, exclamation point.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, I want somebody to make a card game that's like punctuation marks and like exclamation point is the crit trigger. Oh boy. So we had 2 erratas from last week. Did you know that? 2 erratas.
Ooh.
See, this is what happens when I'm not there. You guys keep messing up.
Yup.
No, we only left it at 2. With you, it kind of grows up a little bit more.
Wow, harsh. So the first one's not listed in the document. Can you guess what that is?
Nope.
Did you guys even listen to last week's episode?
I did listen to it right before as well.
Yep.
You didn't notice that I didn't announce the day and time at the beginning of the episode?
I did notice.
Oh, I did notice that, actually.
I did notice that. I was just like, wait, what? But like,
that was a new thing we were doing.
I didn't really realize that was an errata.
It was called, I started editing the podcast and I was in bed and I didn't want to get out of bed.
That's
to walk over to the microphone to record a 5-second snippet of audio. All right.
I give mad props for that A1 laziness right there.
So you're claiming we have another errata about a ruling regarding the Djinn of Black Wind and White Rain.
It was more like we were really confused on the whole binding, because it was weird. It said to your opponent retires their rear guards and then you bind them face up.
Yes.
And we were confused on if that meant that you can't bind things straight from the field, but then that isn't explained at all. So,
well, we had a listener actually tweet at us that explained that vanquishers have abilities that kick off when things are moved to being retired. So I don't know anything about vanquishers. Jack, you're our Narukami expert.
Sure, if you can call it that. So specifically, which card?
Djinn of Black Wind. Here, I'll just read it off for you.
No, the dude just said vanquishers. He didn't say a specific card has an ability that kicks off. I don't know.
Vanquishers. This is what I have to say.
Here we go. I'll give you one. I'll give you one. I'll give you one real easy.
Pull up your chairs.
No, hold on. You can continue when I give you this one. Ready? Dragonic Vanquisher. It's a grade 3 GBT02, number 4 triple rare. When your opponent's rear guard is put into the drop zone due to an effect from one of your cards, this unit gets plus 3,000 plus 1 crit. So there you go.
Okay.
Pull up your chairs.
All right, I'm sitting on the floor, but I will pull up my chair.
Put on your corn husk jacket.
Ooh, fancy time.
Vanquishers are not as cool as Eradicators.
So what about Brawlers?
Brawlers are cooler than Vanquishers. Vanquishers is the lamest Narukami build.
Why do you say that? That's so harsh.
Well, I'm a harsh person. I almost said something else there.
Did we ever talk about VMAX?
We did.
VMAX is the card that's bringing Narukami back.
Yes, we did. We did.
Yep.
We did.
All right.
We did. But pull up your chair.
How many times am I going to pull up the non-existent chair that I'm not sitting in?
Dragonic Kaisers are better than Vanquishers. That's all.
Well, that's your opinion. We'll see when Vanquishers start topping every tournament, every Spring Fest. I hope everybody's planning for their Spring Fests.
Pull up your chairs. Pull up your chairs.
Okay.
Next topic.
All right, next topic. We're at episode 35, which is one of our ones where we're actually not supposed to talk about the card game, card play, latest news, etc., but talk more about the culture of Cardfight Vanguard. And I asked, since we recently did this in another podcast that I contribute to, for Cole and Jack to reintroduce themselves so that our newer listeners might have an idea of who is actually talking at them so ignorantly about the game that they love so much.
Pull up your chairs.
So, Jack, can you give us some background about who you are and what gives you the right to even speak the name Cardfight Vanguard?
Well, you see, my name is Jack Toshiki Jack.
Toshiki Jack. And you are the master of the Kagero clan?
I am definitely not, but I definitely like Kagero, and that's why I have the right to talk about Vanguard. No, what happened is one day Will was like, I like Vanguard, and I was listening to another of I forget what podcast I first heard it on, but I heard you say
no buzz marketing.
No, what?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyways, before I was rudely interrupted, I heard Will state it was a brisk August morning in the year of 2012. I heard basically what happened, if I haven't already said that 3 times, I am running on like 3 hours of sleep, if you couldn't tell. I'm pretty tired. But basically what happened, so my name is Toshiki Jack, and basically how I mastermind this whole podcast operation here is I was listening to another of Will's podcasts that he frequents. Believe it or not, we may be the most popular podcast Will is on, but we were not the first. Our fame kind of grew overnight. That's what happens when you're just that awesome. So I heard him mention that he liked Cardfight Vanguard. And I was like, hey, I like Cardfight Vanguard too. We should do a podcast. And then Cole was like, oh yeah, I'd be down. And then that's the origin story of Drive Check, a Cardfight Vanguard podcast.
When did you first play Vanguard, Jack?
I first played when did the first Bermuda Triangle extra booster come out?
Is that right at the beginning?
Yeah, pretty much the beginning. I have been playing since day 6.
So your first clan was Bermuda Triangles?
Technically and unfortunately.
What
yes.
What trading card games did you play before you played Vanguard?
Well, you see, I was at a Pokemon TCG tournament when I discovered the game of Vanguard.
And then when did you leave the game of Vanguard?
I left the game of Vanguard after, just before Strides came out, because everyone in my area kind of fell off. And then I got back into Vanguard.
And what is your current favorite clan?
The Flames of the Apocalypse or the Shadow Paladins. It's kind of a tie.
But not the Spike Brothers?
Well, they're cool too, but they're no Knights of Shadow or Dragons of Fire.
That's true. Cole.
Yeah.
Why do you play Vanguard?
I was interested in learning a new card game, and I was at Walmart near where I was working at the time, and they had a Gold Paladin Liberator trial deck, the first one. So I picked it up and actually learned to play it probably 2 months later. And then I really liked the game, and then so I expanded from there. And then, let's see. Vanguard is not the first game I played. I've played, I've played quite a few. I've played Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Chaotic, and then I learned Vanguard, and Vanguard kind of, I guess, opened my mind to other trading card games, especially Bushiroad games. I really like how they use the whole checking the top card of your deck for an extra effect. I like how they have incorporated that into all of their, or at least the main games that I play. I haven't really looked into Buddy Fight right now, but I plan to. But I like that aspect, and it's kind of encouraged me to make my own card game, and I like looking up to Bushiroad, especially, even though I feel like they're kind of reaching a little too far right now, but that's just my opinion. So that's about me.
And what's your favorite clan?
Right now, Grand Blue.
Sea ghosts.
And vampires.
Yeah, I just can't understand that song by the Unicorn, so I'll never be able to play Grand Blue. What other clans are you playing?
I've got my Bluish Flame Liberator Gold Paladin still, and then I've got Cosmic Hero Dimension Police, and then I'm working on Shahrat Dark Regular, and I am learning my Genesis Revelation deck, and let's see. I feel like there's one more, but I can't think of it right now.
Some Shadow Paladins?
Oh, well, yeah, that's to come in the future. Just, I don't have it right now.
Did any of those Dark Irregulars or Genesis cards I sent you help at all?
Dark Irregulars for sure. I know there's a few in there that I needed. Even if I don't play them, I really like looking at them.
All right, well, I'll take that. So, why do I play Vanguard? I don't know. The only other card game I ever played was Pokemon, because trading card games didn't exist until I was like 18 or 19 years old, if you want to believe that. So I play Vanguard now, and I turned my back on the Pokemon TCG because even though I have a deep love for Pokemon, the Pokemon TCG is way too expensive. Not that I haven't spent probably $8 or $9 or $1,000 on Vanguard in the past year. I still feel like I get more out of it than I ever got out of spending money on Pokemon cards and sets, and every 3 months having to buy 6 cases of a Pokemon set. I play the Link Joker's Messiah build, although I could be moving into something darker, and obviously I am working on a Diablos, and I will leave my third clan unnamed, although Jack and Cole know what it is. I want it to be a surprise for people when I unleash it upon the world. Because it's the new clan that you guys don't know about, that the planet Cray delivered to me specially. What other things do our listeners need to know about me?
Did you not already mention it earlier in this episode?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So you said you said your clans were what?
Shadow Paladins and Link Jokers.
Yeah, and then you also said the third one.
Nope.
I know.
You're imagining it. All right. We've got other things to talk about. News. Is there any news?
Do.
Little bit.
Enticement Mage 2 Donna.
No,
Who's
it's
Enticement
IL.
Mage 2 Donna?
It's Ildana.
Donna? Why is she sick?
No, it's apparently he was a big deal back when Limit Break was a thing. It's a Shadow Paladin.
And what does Enticement Mage Ildona do?
Don't know yet.
Oh, we just know that it's coming back.
It looks like it, yeah.
He was in the manga, apparently, is what happened.
Ah, the
And now
old
he's-
manga. Does anybody know if the manga's been translated into English?
It has
Yes.
been. You can get them at your local bookstores.
Well, those
wait,
don't exist
okay,
anymore.
Okay. First of all, yes, they do. Second of all, Origin Mage Ildana is a card that does exist, and it is from Extra Booster 2 Cavalry of Blacks or Extra Booster 3 Cavalry of Black Steel. Limit Break 4, Counterblast 2. Choose 2 of your Shadow Paladin rearguards and retire them. When this unit attacks, you could pay the cost. If you do, draw 2 cards, and this unit gets plus 3,000 power until the end of the battle. And then when he attacks a Vanguard, he gets plus 3,000. So he is a 16k attacker by himself, and you can counterblast 2 and retire 2 to draw 2. So really, he's terrible, but maybe he'll be good with the new Shadow Paladin card. You never know. Never know.
All right. Secrets of the Shadow Paladins. Dudleys, did they? Okay, so you don't do Dudleys, right?
I've dabbled in Dudleys, but that's not my main. Like I played Dudleys in the past, but that's not my main build currently. No.
And the Dudleys are a Spike Brothers subclan.
Yes, they are like the original subclan. I think like in like the game's entirety.
What makes the Dudleys special?
The name Dudley is what makes Dudley special.
There's no play function.
No,
that
all Spike Brothers stuff kind of does the same thing.
Which is
calling units from the deck, and then and getting extra attacks, and then after they attack, they go back into the deck.
Kind of like Murakamo?
Yeah.
That's a cheap tactic.
Well, Spike Brothers did it first. So.
And what do you think of the new Spike Brothers G Guardian?
Is it
Can we read it for you?
The Dudley one, right?
No,
Oh, then which one?
it's Juggernaut Maximum.
Oh yes, I remember now. Thank you for.
I like that reading, Cole.
I've been waiting to do that.
Juggernaut Maximum.
So,
Yeah,
what does Juggernaut Maximum do?
Well, here, let me read that off for
Besides
you.
look like an
kiddos.
ogre.
Let me read. Well, ogres have layers, so that's why it's
Oh,
important.
Lord.
Like a parfait?
So he's a G Guardian, and you call him to the Guardian Circle, obviously, because he's a G Guardian. When this unit's placed on Guardian Circle, you choose one of your grade 2 or less rear guards, and that unit gets plus 10,000 power until the end of the turn, and then this unit gets plus 10,000 shield until the end of the battle. At the end of the turn, put that rear guard on the bottom of your deck.
So what does that mean?
So basically, you choose one of your rear guards, give it plus 10,000 power, and then he gets plus 10,000 power, and then the rear guard is returned to your deck. So basically, by putting one of your rear guards into your deck, that's 2 or less, you get plus 10k shield. So it's a pretty great G Guardian.
Oh, and it helps protect that rear guard from future attacks because it increases their power by 10,000.
The thing with Spike Brothers is a lot of the time their field is going to be mostly empty. So like you'll have some boosters. So you'll probably have to target one of your boosters and put the booster back. But you got to boost with him already, and you're not retiring the booster. He's like you are with the god awful Shadow Paladin G Guardian.
Ludwig?
Yeah, that card is terrible.
I got 2 of those.
So unlike Ludwig, where you have to move a unit from your field to the Guardian Circle, you put it back into your deck, and then he gets plus 10k instead of just plus 5k. So it's a pretty good card.
All right, that's decent. So what about... and I still don't understand why this guy is so sad. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Sadistic King?
No.
Oh.
Storm of Lament. Wailing Thavas.
He's wailing because he knows he's a terrible card. I'm just kidding.
Dude, everybody's like, it's the apocalypse now with Wailing Thavas.
Do you want me to read off this card?
Yes, and then Cole, you have to explain it.
Generation Breakthrough. Well, That's good. I don't know what that is. Generation Break 3, when this unit attacks, for each battle that a rearguard attacked during this turn, your opponent chooses one of his or her rearguards and retires it. Okay, right off the bat, what the heck? Second, Generation Break 2, wave 3 or more. Counterblast 1, when this unit attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, until the end of the battle, this unit gets plus 5,000 power for each battle that a rearguard attacked during this turn, and your opponent cannot call grade 1s to the Guardian Circle from your hand. What?
Why does he get to be so powerful?
Because
Wait.
it's Thavas.
But that's so... Why? That's like... Okay, next card. I don't want to talk about this.
I think
Next
it's
card.
because nobody plays Aquaforce, and they're like, well, we have to give them something so somebody will play Aquaforce again. Otherwise, the clan's going to die out.
It died off before, and then that one dude, Leon, had to revive it. So it'll
Hey,
probably
no
happen
spoilers for
again.
later part of the episode. That's coming later.
Probably happen again. Eventually. Except Leon was definitely not season 2.
Leon certainly was Asia Circuit, but whatever. Well, trust me, let's finish with Wailing Thavas. Everybody's super excited, and I'm glad because this card's going to be $80 each, and then all the other cards that I want are going to go down in price because everybody's going to be wanting Thavas.
Okay. Confession time. I was wrong.
Wow. It's good to be able to admit when you're wrong.
All right.
Okay. Token Rainbow?
Token Rainbow coming to English places near you.
When?
We don't know yet.
Oh.
But they are. So we get the trial deck in the TB02.
I mean, that was kind of to be expected. There's not really many things that Japan gets that we don't get
Anymore.
Except for all those promos.
Well, there's promos and there's like a couple of things, but other than that, we get almost everything.
Are we going to build Token Rainbow?
I don't have the money for that.
Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Maybe. Okay. There was a ruling on Denial Griffin and the number of waves. Cole, can you give us that one?
So, in the Vanguard bites, someone posed the question where if you have Denial Griffin and you when you get rid of one of their rear guards while they're attacking, does that attack still count towards like the wave count that Aquaforce has? And it does. The attack just doesn't go through. So if they took out the rear guard who was attacking on the second wave still happened. So then you can move on to your third wave.
Yeah, the attack occurred, but it did not complete.
Yes.
I think that's a nice way to put it. All right, and there's another new character announced for the cartoon that
Yes.
I also didn't understand.
What's not to understand? His name is Miguel Torres.
Where's
and he's
he
a
from?
Neonectar player. We don't know yet.
So he
I'm
plays
assuming-
the Ear of Corn card?
No, he plays the Musketeers.
Are they not ears of corn?
I'm pretty sure they're not.
Are they pineapples?
You might
Ladies
have a
and
pineapple
gentlemen,
in there.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, please
Pull up a
your
chair.
chairs. Listen up. When you see a character is playing Musketeers, don't hype up Musketeer cards because you're the reason I hate this game sometimes. Don't hype up cards for no reason. Just don't do it.
Has anyone played
Buy
Musketeers
playsets.
in the cartoon before? I don't think so.
I don't think anyone really even played Neonectar up until the
Incorrect.
the new. Okay, but like not a main, like a frequently appearing character.
Incorrect.
Okay,
In
well,
Legion Mate, one of the 4 knights was a Neonectar player.
okay, well, I didn't watch Legion Mate, so that doesn't count.
What did they play?
It was
As I
like
was
peonies.
saying-
It was whatever the Legion version
Anyways,
of
I'm not-
Neonectar was.
Was that not Musketeers?
I don't think so, but who
Okay.
knows? We'll have to look into it. We'll for our Neonectar clan analysis, we will go over all the ears of corn, tomatoes, lettuce, Pineapples. Heyo Pineapple is one of the best cards in the game. Completely broken. Anyways, for our episode 35, since on the fives we like to talk about something completely different, we're going to move on to the next season of the cartoon, because the last time we talked about the cartoon, we just talked about original Cardfight Vanguard. Now we're going to talk about Asia Circuit, a much disputed cartoon amongst our group of three here about what actually happened, even though we all watched it, I believe.
Yeah.
Cole, you watched Asia Circuit, right?
Yeah, it just gets mixed in with everything else, though.
Yeah, see, Asia, what is that humming sound? What the
Did we just lose Jack to a will-o-wisp or something?
Okay. Hello?
No.
I don't know what. Anyways, I feel season 2 Asia Circuit is most definitely like one of the most forgettable seasons of the Card Vanguard anime.
Possibly the worst season of the whole cartoon series.
Yeah,
yes.
So that, alongside me having only watched it once when it first aired, is really, it's just doesn't matter what you think.
Let Cole and I educate you while you rest your eyes for a few minutes.
Please do. I'm gonna go fight that will-o-wisp.
All right. So the important things to know about Asia Circuit is new clans were introduced. The Gold Paladins and the Narukamis were introduced, as well as Aquaforce. And the way that the Gold Paladins and Narukami were introduced were in the very first episodes of Asia Circuit. Aichi and Toshiki encounter a mysterious young man. He challenges them to a card fight, and it's your expected first episode of the season. They teach you how to play Cardfight Vanguard battle. So I think it's done where Aichi is the one who's teaching the young man how to play. And Then at the end of the battle, Aichi's Royal Paladins, Blaster Blade, are taken away, and the deck that he has to work with is Gold Paladins. And Toshiki Kai had a similar experience, except in what was taken away from him was his Kageros, and he was given the Narukami to play with. So they're kind of wondering what happened. How did their decks get switched? Which is, obviously shows a difference between our world and the cartoon world, because we have to buy our cards. They don't mysteriously appear to us. I wish they did. That would be so cool. It would be like you'd be chosen by the cards and stuff. And I know there's lots of people out there who feel that that's what's going on. But trust me, folks, that's not the way it works. So Aquaforce, which Jack was trying to dispute just a few minutes ago, but he did admit he was wrong. The reason that Aichi was given the Gold Paladins and Kai was given the Narukami is because on the planet Krei, different clans had been sealed away by something that they were battling, and that was the Void. And so they had to be given a different... the Gold Paladins were formed... Well, I guess this gets so confusing, doesn't it? Yes. Originally, the battle between Ren and Aichi, Shadow Paladins versus Royal Paladins, was people on the planet Krei trying to figure out how they were going to fight the Void. And then the Gold Paladins were formed as a merger of the Shadow Paladins and the Royal Paladins. Mm-hmm. And that was not done quickly enough, and the Void had sealed away the Royal Paladins and the Shadow Paladins and a couple of other folks, Kagero dudes, all the strongest fighters on the planet Krei. So what we find out later on is that Leon Soryu, who is the leader of the... what people? Oh, dear. They live on an island for some reason. All by themselves.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it is the Soryu people, something like that. The Soryu
I think it might be.
Basically, that they had been Aquaforce players, and Aquaforce had been destroyed and hidden away, and he made an agreement with the Void that if the Void restored Aquaforce, then he would help the Void in conquering the other clans of Krei. And so Leon was actually the bad guy. Spoiler alert!
Yeah.
But overall, the theme of the story of Asia Circuit is they go to different places in Asia. They start out, they're not doing particularly well, Team Quadrifolio, and then finally they get to Japan and they win it all, and they're transported to the planet Krei where they have to battle the Void, and etc., etc. It's really, I mean, it's a functional season. It does what it does. There's a few character moments of where you actually feel for the different characters, and obviously, like Mizaki learns that she can't just rely on the deck that her parents built for her. She has to change and improve the deck as the meta changes. But yeah, definitely the worst of all the seasons of the cartoon. I think everyone can agree to that. Although I haven't seen Next yet, and I haven't seen Stridegate, so possibly.
Well, I was gonna say Next only has like 7 seasons, and Stridegate, we can talk about that later. But that is just okay. Never. We're going
Is
on.
it
Wait.
whack?
Wait.
No
Next
spoilers.
has 7 seasons?
7 episodes.
Episodes.
7
Episodes.
episodes.
There we go. That makes a lot more sense. I was
Yeah.
I was concerned for my well-being for a second.
I think
was looking
Cole
at-
and I are concerned for your well-being right now. Wow. You're hearing mysterious humming noises. So what else did Asia Circuit introduce? It introduced the character of Takuto Tatsunagi, who appeared out of nowhere and disappeared into nowhere. I guess he's kind of like a representation of the spirit of the planet Krei, maybe? Possibly in all characters of fiction, he is the most inconsistently written character out there. Because at the end of Link Joker, and if you haven't watched Link Joker, don't let me ruin this for you, so just turn it off for the next 1 minute. So at the end of Link Joker, he gets sucked up into the void, he disappears, no longer exists. And then in Neon Messiah movie, he's back running a competition. So what's up with that?
Well, you see, generally in most animes, movies are never really canon to like the story. I don't know. I don't think I ever finished the Neon Messiah movie.
It's only an hour
But I
and
know-
15 minutes long.
Well, I'm a busy college student.
It's real good. I recommend
Okay.
it.
Okay, I'll give it a watch. But my point being, most animes, whenever they have movies that come out, they don't generally. It's generally like an alternate way of telling a story. Like it's an alternate timeline, and it's not generally canon to the actual storyline of the show.
Well, they do explain a little bit that he was called back because of the need to awaken the Messiah for Krei. I didn't find that particularly believable.
Well, then you can believe what you want to believe. But I
Um,
believe in you, the you that believes in me.
I haven't watched Gurren Lagann yet. I haven't. It's almost soon. Don't worry.
How'd you know what that reference was from then?
Because I am the lord of the memes. I've seen it. Ugh.
Well,
All right, another character, Christopher Lowe, annoying little kid in
Will-
a cat suit.
Will, just who the hell do you think I am?
Well, I don't know that meme.
It's from Gurren Lagann.
No,
Yep.
sorry. Christopher Lowe,
Anyways.
little kid in a cat suit. He's very mean. He gets a little psyqualia himself. He's part of Team... Is it Team Genius? SIT Genius?
Yeah, I think it is.
They're a bunch of jerks. But they keep showing up season after season after season. And he's always wearing a weird cat hoodie. I don't understand that. Leon and the 2 twin ladies, Charlene and Jillian, who they
think
all
so.
play Aquaforce. You'd think that they could play their own clans, but no. All Aquaforce players. And then the other thing that this season introduced, well, 2 other things. Limit Break. So the concept of Limit Break, which came in with the Gold Paladins and then spread to all the other clans. And then Cross Rides are also introduced as part of the Asia Circuit series. I think it's important to watch it just so you can get further background on the Vanguard cartoon and what happens in that world, but it is ultimately forgettable. It doesn't like have any high plot moments. Anything else you guys need to add for Asia Circuit?
Watch a different season.
No. Watch it like fiber that you have to eat. So you're regular, but then you never have to watch it ever again.
I have a question.
You have a question? Okay, Cole.
And I have an answer.
Okay. Is Takuto Tatsunagi, he looks a lot like a certain gold paladin that begins with an E.
Ezel?
That's his avatar, is Blonde Ezel.
Yes.
But it doesn't, I thought that, doesn't Aichi use Ezel?
Yeah, because he gives it to Aichi.
Yeah, that in that first battle, yeah.
That's how forgetful that forgettable.
Well, I only know that because it's Ezel, and Ezel is like one of my avatars. I have like 3 avatars.
But you don't even play Gold Paladins.
I still have all the cards. I just don't play the deck because it's boring. But Ezel is my babe. Ezel is a babe.
So I'm looking at like the in between episode kind of like a screenshot that they use for the thumbnails on YouTube, and it's got like I guess that's a link joker. So it's the what's his name, Takuto something. He doesn't have that green piece of whatever in between his eyes on his forehead.
That changes from time to time.
Like, why? What's the point of it?
That mark on his forehead? I mean, yeah, I know, that's the symbol of his tie to the planet Krei. It sees his third eye, since he's a spiritual being. Something like that.
Okay.
I mean, you gotta step away from reality and step into the weird.
And snap back to reality.
I don't know. I'm glad that we got through Asia Circuit.
Gravity. Oh.
We had to get through Asia Circuit because next we can talk about Link Joker, which is my favorite season so far.
I think Link Joker's everyone's favorite season. It's so good.
I dated a dude who, obviously we're not together anymore. He thinks Legion Mate is the best season. So what are you going to do?
Well,
here's what we're going to do, Jack. We're going to read listener emails, which only you have access to because you changed the password.
I didn't change the password.
I'm just using that as my excuse of why I haven't looked at the listener emails. Read me a listener email, sir.
All right. So how many? We got like 40 of them. So do you want to just go one for this?
Just do a sample. Do a sample.
Okay. We got one email. You ready for this?
I'm ready. Pull up my chair.
Hello, Drive Check Podcast. This one's from Curtis M. Hello, Drive Check Podcast. I have 2 questions. First, who would win in a battle between Aichi Sendo and Chrono Shindo? Well, Aichi Sendo hands down. I don't think that's really even a question.
I don't know. Chrono gets all the good cards.
Chrono does have plot armor, though. That's true.
Yeah, and also he has all the dealies of retiring or removing his opponent's field and time leaping.
That's just because he plays Dumble Gear Chronicle. Who even plays those?
Lots of winners.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, lots of sheep. That's what you meant to say, I think.
Sheep who win?
I have 2 questions. First is who would win in a battle between Aichi Sendo and Chrono Shindo? Well, I think Aichi Sendo. I don't know what you guys think, but I think Aichi. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, next question.
Who would win in a battle? No. Also, what clans are we playing? So he says he plays Grand Blue, the Flames of the Apocalypse, and Shadow Paladins. So what clans is everyone playing right now?
Well, we just went through this at the beginning of the episode.
No, but you have to tell us the secret clan.
No.
Well, I'm sorry, Curtis, but Will doesn't care about your feelings. Greatly appreciate all the hard work that the 3 of you guys put into this podcast. Keep up the good work. Well, now you can just appreciate me and Cole because Will doesn't care about your feelings.
That's true.
I'm sorry. Oh, we just lost a listener. Good job, Will.
Read me another email. I didn't like that one.
Well, hey guys, this is from Philip B. Hey guys, I'm from Braintree, England. He found our podcast the other day and he's really enjoying it, and he tells us keep up the good work. Well, you too should keep up your good work. He was just wondering if we could mention his Vanguard Facebook group called Braintree Cardfight Vanguard. So he wants to use it to be able to find Vanguard players in his area. Well, if you live in England, look up Braintree Cardfight Vanguard on Facebook. That's BrainTree Braintree Cardfight Vanguard on Facebook.
I'm looking for it right now.
And it says sent from my Samsung Galaxy smartphone. I don't know what that means.
Oh, wait, I hope it didn't blow up in his hand.
No. The flames of the apocalypse.
Is that what happened with all the Galaxy 7 notes?
Yeah.
The flames of the apocalypse?
It is exactly what happened.
I found Braintree Cardfight Vanguard. It has a very nice splash logo at the top.
I see it too.
I don't know where Braintree, England is. I know where Braintree, Massachusetts is.
I think those are the same thing.
Trees should not have brains. But go ahead and join this Vanguard group if you are somewhere near Braintree, England. I don't know if that's in the north or the south or the east or the west. And England is not as small as people in America would like to believe. It's not that big, but it's not as small as we'd like to believe. But
okay,
there you go. Thank you for that email. I liked that email.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I hope your hand is okay from your phone blowing up.
Yeah, don't. I mean, you could get a refund for that, maybe. Not for your hand, but for the phone. All right. Term of the week.
Our term of the week is definitely a term we've already done before, but we're doing it again because we wear the pants in this relationship podcast relationship. We can do what we want.
Cole, what's the term of the week?
Limit break.
I like the way you do that.
Break.
I like the way you do that too, Jack. I like the way both of you did that. I would just say limit break.
Limit break.
Do you know I've seen in the Cardfight wiki, the source of all knowledge about Cardfight Vanguard, the symbol used behind the number for limit break as a speedometer?
Whoa, that's pretty cool.
Do you think that that's what it is?
Yeah, because like how gotta go fast. You know what I'm saying?
Sonic.
Gotta go fast. So what limit break is it's generally in the olden days of Cardfight Vanguard. Mainly,
although they still print cards with limit breaks on them.
They do, but this is like a mainly olden day mechanic. Whenever they would print more powerful mechanics on cards, they would have limit break in front of the mechanic, which meant that you could not use the card's effect unless you were at 4 damage, or if you had a limit break enabler out on your field. But those weren't introduced until later on.
Yeah, so, there's usually limit break 4, limit break 5, and I think limit break 5 is called ultimate break.
Indeed.
So traditionally you had to have accumulated that much damage in order to be able to use that skill. Yep. And if you got a heal trigger and got less than that much damage on a drive check, you lost the ability to have that skill any longer.
Uh-huh.
And they introduced 2 ways to support limit breaks. So the original way, which actually Team SIT Genius revealed in Asia Circuit, was cards that when they are placed on the rearguard circle, allow you to take a card from the top of your deck and put it in the damage zone. And then at the end of your turn, you take a card from your damage zone and put it back in your deck. So temporarily increasing what your apparent damage. But the thing that I never understood when that first came out and somebody had to explain to me was if you had 5 damage and you did that and put yourself at 6 damage, you lose.
Yep.
Even though you wouldn't need to do it, if you did do it for whatever reason, you lose. 6 damage is 6 damage. 6 damage is a loss. And they also have come out with cards that basically say if you have a card with Limit Break, you can ignore the cost for Limit Break. You don't have to have 4 damage. The Limit Break deal becomes available at no matter how many damage the card actually has. So Limit Break enablers. And there's also a lot of cards that require the card that they are working with to have Limit Break for other effects. So I know that there are a couple of boosters that say if the card that's being boosted has Limit Break, this happens, that happens, etc., etc. So keep that in mind. Was definitely introduced with Asia Circuit with the Gold Paladins, so that's why I wanted to bring it up again to talk about. Do you have any other exciting things to say about Limit Break, Jack or Cole?
I'm ready. I think we're starting to break my limits because I'm pretty exhausted.
And you need to take a nap before your next class.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, if you have an opportunity to review our podcast, I think for a week when we don't have great listener emails like we did this week, I might start reading 4-star reviews or 5-star reviews from iTunes. So go ahead.
I think there's only one 4-star review. I can't remember who it was that left. No, I'm just kidding.
There's more than one 4-star review.
Okay, there's one in particular that I'm thinking of.
That's all right. Anyways, maybe we'll read some reviews on air just to show our appreciation of people putting in reviews. So if you want to go in iTunes and review the program, we would greatly appreciate that. And I want to say thank you to SBJ and Nick Burgess for their help in getting the podcast together. And then if you want to reach us, the easy way to do that is to email us at drivecheckpodcast@gmail.com, and we will read listener emails when they come in. If you want to reach us on Twitter, we're at drive_check. And then if you want to reach me directly on Twitter, I'm at WashInTheSink.
And I'm at Cole_McCune, COLE_MCCUNE.
And I am at drive_Jack. Thank you guys for listening to this week's episode of the Drive Check podcast. And never forget, life is fleeting. That's why it's strong and beautiful.
What card is that from?
Cornflower maiden.
What?
Cornflower maiden.
I should have spoke up earlier, but one of the four night guys in Link Joker is a Neo-Nectar. And guess what? Neo-Nectar deck he plays.
Is it Musketeers?
Musketeers.
No, so it wasn't Link Joker, it's
Legion Mate, sorry. Yeah.
Flower.
But he does have a Link Joker deck and a Grand